Hello, I'm Zim. This is my channel where I make videos because I can, and today I am making my first tier list. I know it's so sad to be selling out this early into my YouTube career, I know, but I actually don't know much about Pokemon, and I thought it would be fun to use this as a vessel to ramble about the bugs these Pokemon are based on, rather than ranking the Pokemon themselves based on, you know, their stats or usefulness or whatever. Quick rundown. I know I probably sound very bad. I'm using a very cheap USB mic because it's the best option I have in comparison to the mic that my laptop had before. Sorry about that. Not all of my videos will sound like this. My commentary, I'll still record that on my phone with a script. That's another thing, this isn't scripted. This is my first time just talking and recording. Hopefully it's something I'll get better at as I do more of it, but if I repeat myself a lot or I use a lot of filler words or I make a lot of mistakes, sorry. I think that's everything. So, this is Spinarak, I believe. I think this guy's really cute. I actually really like it when spidery designs are cute because I think spiders are villainized a lot in media. I think they're often portrayed as very scary. They're one of the bugs that people are most afraid of, or it's one of the most common fears. So it's really nice every time I see a very cute little spider. He reminds me a lot of the cucumber spiders I find in my garden sometimes. I'll put it on screen. They're little green spiders. They're so cute. So he's gonna go in, he's gonna go in A tier. Very positive, strong note to start on. This is the evolution of Spinarak, I believe. Ariados? Not the biggest fan, because the colour scheme is a little garish to me. Maybe it's just because of the, you know, red, yellow, purple. It's not exactly very pleasing to the eye. I just think the other one's cuter. I actually have that issue with a lot of Pokemon evolutions where I'm like, it was so cute, and then it evolved, and it got completely fucking ruined. But you know, this one's a significantly less egregious example than some that are going to be on this list. This one can go in B. Then we have Beedrill. Beedrill, okay. That's a wasp. I don't know why that's called Beedrill because that's a wasp. I like the design. I don't like that it's, like, bipedal and has 4 legs instead of 6. I think that's a common thing as well with Pokemon designs, is there for some reason, like, they'll just randomly be bipedal. I don't know, maybe I'm missing some in-universe context, sorry if I am. It's not the end of the world, I just personally find it a bit uncanny. I like the rest though, like the body and the antenna and everything and the wings, really cute. I like that it's still very sharp and looks like a wasp and isn't like overly cutesified, but is still cute while still looking like a wasp. Not that bad at all. If I put it in B, that would make me hypocritical. Unless okay, that seems fair. This is Surskit. I think that's Surskit. Definitely a pond skier, reminds me of a pond skier, but also reminds me of the Japanese spider crab because it has the similar build of a teeny tiny round body and then really huge long legs. Really cute. Love his little face. He's gonna go in A tier. Okay, Dwebble. I have a lot to say about this one because, okay, fun fact. My username, Zim's Bugs, is based on Shrimps' Bugs, which is a joke about the fact that terrestrial arthropods are often called bugs, whereas marine arthropods are, you know, crustaceans, your shrimps, your crabs, your lobsters, whatever. You do get terrestrial hermit crabs, which is what Dwebble is. You know, rock type and a bug type are terrestrial hermit crabs. That makes a lot of sense. When I was looking this up, I wanted to double check that this was actually a bug type, and I saw a lot of, like, Reddit posts and stuff saying that it was weird that he was bug type, but it makes sense to me. Because bugs are kind of just little guys. It's not a specific scientific classification, like a lot of things are bugs. If I say worm, you could accept that that's a bug, right? Right? Before I knew about some of the others on this list, I used to say that Dwebble was my favorite Pokemon whenever people asked, because I don't know many in general. I actually do have a shelf of crab paraphernalia and then a separate collection of crab plushies, because even though I'm the bug guy, I also like crabs a lot. That's a little fun fact. Because crabs are just also, like, weird little things. I think I just like creatures. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be our first S tier! Yay! And then, unfortunately, the high highs are followed by the low lows. Because Crystal, oh, they massacred him. They massacred my gorgeous little doe-eyed baby boy. Crystal is not the worst, but just in comparison to Dwebble, I like it so much less, and I know that sounds really mean. Like, if in universe, if I was a Pokemon trainer and I had a Dwebble and it became a Crystal, I would love him unconditionally because I would know that my boy is still in there. But I'm not, and this is a tier list. So going off the fact that he looks like he's been through 3 divorces and works all day, all night shifts at the My Pillow factory working for the My Pillow guy, he's gonna go in D tier. I'm sorry, Crystal. I'm really sorry. And then there's Snom. Snom is so cute. Snom is gonna go in Wasp. Going off the fact that I said it's really cute, you would think I would put it in A, but I can't get past the fact that the face looks like a pair of butt cheeks. Frostmoth I actually like less. It's a shame because I like the body and I like the big antenna, like the big fluffy body and the big antenna, because that's a very mothy thing. That's like one of the biggest differences people know of between moths and butterflies is the fucking bodies and the big fucking antenna. But the wings really put me off because they kind of look like, I don't know, they kind of look like folded up napkin. Like, they don't look like wings. They don't look like wings and it makes me sad. I feel like a moth Pokemon has so much potential and it's just been snuffed out here, but you know, the only reason it's not going in D and it's going in C instead is because of those, like, really snatched eyelashes. I wish mine looked half as good. Joltik. Joltik's cute. Joltik's a little plain, but Joltik's cute. He looks like a little jumping spider, but then the evolution looks even more like a jumping spider, so this one's gonna go in the Wasp tier, and then the evolution's gonna go in the A tier because it's one above. I really like this guy. The color scheme's really cute. It's got this like nice purple and blue which go really well together, and then they contrast really nicely with the yellow, which Joltik does not have that purple, so it's just something I like as a, I don't know, an artist, someone who had to study color theory, whatever. I also think Galvantula is so spidery looking. So spidery looking, and it's so cute. I love his little front mandibles, I love his eyes, I love his huge legs. It looks so much like a jumping spider. Does not have enough legs, technically, but very cute. Absolutely no notes, to be honest. The only reason that's not going in S is because S is like a very elite tier. Next one, Caterpie. Or Caterpie, I'm not actually sure. This one is based on the Spicebush Swallowtail Caterpillar, in case you didn't know. Spicebush Swallowtails actually, they're mimics at every stage of their life cycle. So, as their first caterpillar stage, they mimic bird droppings, and their second caterpillar stage, that's the one that Caterpie is based on, they mimic snakes. Their third caterpillar stage, they mimic tree critters. Then their pupa stage, their chrysalis, mimics a dead leaf. And then their butterfly stage mimics the pipevine swallowtail. I'll probably put these up on screen so that you know what I mean. Pipevine swallowtails taste bad to predators because of their acidity, which is because the food plant that they have as caterpillars is very acidic. So then Spicebush swallowtails evolved to mimic them, so predators look at that and they're like, damn, those bitches taste like shit, and then they don't eat them. And this is actually kind of interesting to me because Caterpie is going to go in A because he's really cute, he's really accurate. Caterpie and Metapod, C tier because he's boring, I'm sorry. They both very closely follow the Spicebush Swallowtail inspiration, but then Butterfree doesn't, and that is a little bit disappointing to me. You'd think because I really like butterflies that I would maybe be happy with any butterfly Pokemon, but I think it makes me a bit more strict because I went in with high expectations. I think Spicebush Swallowtails are very pretty, and then I looked at Butterfree and I thought, damn, this is a waste of potential. This is a shame. He kind of looks more like a blowfly because he's got the big red eyes, and then because the wings are white, they almost look like transparent lattice wings, and then the purple body. He looks like a blowfly, and I have nothing against blowflies. I just would have preferred a colour scheme based on the Spicebush Swallowtail. So, this one can go in the Petty Grievance tier. Can you tell the Petty Grievance tier was made for this one specifically? Can you tell I was thinking about this? I was thinking about this really, really hard beforehand, and I couldn't rationally put it in D tier, but like it had to go somewhere. It couldn't go any higher, you know? Lediba, very cute. Now it's going in A. I like how they all look like they could be friends because they're all just like the really cute ones, the really cute, silly little guys. They're having a party in there. Lediba's really cute. I think it's quite nice that he actually does have 6 legs as opposed to some of the other insect Pokemon. Adorable. But then Ledian, this is something that bothers me. This is the thing, like, why is this one bipedal? Why is this one suddenly, like, significantly more anthropomorphic? That, like, how is this an upgrade? This is a huge downgrade from the previous. There's also the fact that so many of the bug-type Pokemon follow the whole larval stage to, you know, beetle, whatever, insect, you know, molting, whatever. They follow the larval stage premise, you know? But this one doesn't for some reason, even though ladybugs do have a larval stage, so it would make sense for this to be the one after a larval stage instead of going from this to this, because it's just going from, like, a really cute ladybug to a worse-looking ladybug thing. Unless there is a larval stage and I'm just missing it, but I didn't find one. And, you know, ladybug larva, you can make a Pokemon out of that. They're, like, they've got these, like, iconic orange stripes, they're kind of spiky, you know. Wasted potential. C. Thank you. I think this one's called Yanma? He kind of looks like a helicopter because of his tail, but I like his eyes. If you've ever seen a dragonfly up close, you'll know that their eyes are huge. They, like, literally touch each other on the front of the face, and they have these kind of blurry irises. They are so silly looking. We get dragonflies in my garden a lot. I'll probably put up some of the pictures I've taken of them. This one can go in B. Oh, sorry, wasp. My mistake. And this one's going in D because they massacred him. They made him really ugly. Have you noticed? I just really don't like it when they take a really cute Pokemon and then make it fucking ugly as the evolution. I think it's understandable. This one is Wurmple. Wurmple can go in S. Sorry, I'm using a shitty trackpad. Wurmple can go in S. Wurmple reminds me of the Japanese Emperor caterpillar, which is, you know, the caterpillar for the Japanese Emperor butterfly. Which you'll probably have seen it before because it looks like it's doing the colon 3 face. Silcoon. Now, this logically should go in the petty grievance tier, but it doesn't feel like a petty grievance to me. This feels like a valid grievance. Silcoon. Doesn't make sense. Sorry. The main difference between butterflies and moths is that moths will typically have a cocoon, whereas butterflies will have a chrysalis. There are a few exceptions, but that is a general rule. And if you don't know the difference between a chrysalis and a cocoon is like an external sleeping bag, whereas a chrysalis is a shedded, hardened exoskeleton. So moth pupa will have an external silk sleeping bag, for example, and then a caterpillar chrysalis will be its own exoskeleton. It will not have a silk bag around it, right? So for the butterfly evolution, Beautyfly, to be predated by Silcoon, doesn't make sense. And also it's really boring, so that's going in D. Beautyfly's going in S. This is exactly what I would have expected Butterfree to look like, because this is the kind of colour scheme that Swallowtail butterflies, obviously not everyone, but when you think of Old World Swallowtail, Scarce Swallowtail, Spicebush Swallowtail, so on, they have the whole black, red, yellow thing. Really gorgeous, and I love the proboscis, I love the huge tongue. Cascoon can actually go higher than Silcoon. I know design-wise they are like virtually the same, but Cascoon makes more sense than Silcoon, because again, cocoon, moth. Cascoon is like casket and cocoon. I think that's a pretty funny play on words. I don't see he's this nice relaxing lilac colour. He's got something more stylish going on than just the plain white, you know, it really suits him, so he can go in C. C for Cascoon. And this is going in D because this thing's ugly as fuck. I'm not explaining further, thank you. Seawaddle. Seawaddle can go in... C. Sorry. It's just that I think he has too much going on for being such a teeny tiny little baby. Like, the middle stage is so much more simple and I think it works a lot better than this. I like the whole chewed up leaf look he's got going on. But, you know. Swadloon can go in... Swadloon can go in A. I like that it's like Swaddle and Cocoon. I think that's really cute. Because like a Swaddle is like a baby blanket and he's kind of in his moody teenager stage. He's like wrapping himself up, he's like, it's not a freeze, mom. It's really cute. I like him. I also like his little head antenna things. He looks cozy. He looks cozy and I like that. And then Leavanny can also go in A. I think this one is based on a leaf insect. I really like leaf insects. I wish I could keep them. This is like one thing is that I wish I could keep bugs. The only reason I don't is because financially I can't, but also because they would die very frequently and then I would get really, really, really sad. But leaf insects are one bug that I would really love. Every time I've like seen them or held them, so cute, love them so much. So Leavanny gets to go in A. Okay, I don't know if I said I was ranking bug Pokemon or bug type Pokemon. If I said bug type, I do still have to explain myself here anyway. So Lurantis, I know is a plant type, but the type of Pokemon Lurantis is contributes to how it's based on a real one. A real bug, I mean, so it would feel like such a shame not to include this one. So Lorantis is based on the orchid mantis or spiny flower mantis, one of the two. I first thought spiny flower, but people typically say orchid mantis, that makes sense. Just a praying mantis that mimics a flower. And it's really funny because Lorantis is a plant-type Pokemon, so instead of being a bug that looks like a plant, this is a plant that looks like a bug. That's clever. And also Lorantis is like Lure and Mantis, which, you know, makes sense, because that's what the mantises do. And she's pink! In case you haven't noticed based on my channel layout, pink is actually my favourite colour ever, so bonus points for that. We've actually, okay, while we're here I'm just gonna straight up put them in S2 because they're going there anyway, you can probably tell. Ooh, they're the wrong way around, let me just... Yeah, so Cutiefly is probably one of my favourite Pokemon. I used to just say Dwebble every time, but then I found out about Cutiefly, so typically when people ask me my favourite Pokemon, I will say Cutiefly or I will say Ribombee. I think they're adorable, I think they're perfect, and their shinies are pink, as far as I know. So again, it's like they were made for me. Cutiefly is actually based on the Japanese bee fly. I'll put it on screen, they're very, very cute. We get bee flies here as well, they just don't look the same. I think they're very silly. They're kind of like little fluffy things with these really long proboscises and these huge eyes. God, we're just making fucking anything. Okay, Combee. This one's gonna go in... This one's gonna go in C, and I know that's like it's cute, but every time I see a Pokemon that has like multiple faces or multiple heads, I get freaked out because I don't understand how its consciousness works. Like, it's kind of an existential nightmare to me to think about those Pokemon. And also, its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground, so... And then, oh shit, I should have like done something else, because now we're ending on a really negative note. This is Vespiquen or something? That's going in D, I'm sorry, because, so Combee evolves into Vespiquen, as far as I'm aware, but the thing is, Vespa, that's the wasp genus, not the bee genus. It's the same issue that I have with Beedrill, except I also just really hate the design of this one, so it's kind of like the same issue as Beedrill, but combined with a shit design, so it has to go even lower. And that's it, actually. That's all of them. Well, no, not all of the bug-type Pokemon, but all of the ones I picked out. If you want to see me rank more, if you want a part 2, you can let me know. You can give me more recommendations, give me more ideas for tier lists. This is my first one. I know I already said that, but it's my first one. Go easy on me. That's more or less it. Okay, thanks. Bye. Love you. I just lost the game.